Man, I'm trying to get you and Selena to help me through some of this, because it's a different procedure than I've done through before. And it's a little bit confusing. I'll call to order a special city council meeting of the governing body on this Thursday, November the 20th at 5:30 p.m. Would we stand please for the pledge of allegiance? Remember, we can do that, so why don't we do allegiance again, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Councillor Lacewell. Here. Councillor Beaver.
Yes, ma'am.
Councillor Miller.
Here.
Councillor Proctor.
Here.
Yeah.
I believe at this time, that we need a motion to go into closed session.
No, sir, we just need a motion to approve the agenda.
No,
What do we need? What?
the next item is
Okay.
resolution on 2025-26, amending the city of Redosa Downs personnel manual. Rule 1200 regarding the number of holidays the city will recognize.
Do we not have to approve the agenda?
That's not on tonight's agenda for a special meeting. That's not on the agenda.
Okay, so we don't go into closed session on this?
No. It's just a special.
Okay, so you're saying the next item would be item 4. Resolution, right?
Yes.
A under item 4, resolution number 2025-26, amending the city of Redosa Downs manual rule 1200 regarding the number of holidays the city will recognize. So this would be a discussion and possible action.
So make that motion. I'll second.
Okay, thank you.
I just have a quick question there.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Judy, you're making the motion to approve the resolution as provided?
Yes.
Okay. And that would put Juneteenth to be celebrated next
No,
Friday?
so proper parliamentary procedure, according to Robert's Rules of Order, is that first a motion is made and then discussion ensues. During the discussion, we may make some changes before we vote on the final item. So she just opened this for discussion.
Is that true, Ms. Miller? You want discussion?
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready for roll?
Yes.
Counselor Proctor?
Wait, we don't vote. We just opened, she makes a motion, it's second, it's open for discussion.
Then we vote.
Now we discuss.
Okay.
There's two different.
The item is open for Council Proctor.
Okay, I've prematurely looked at our Monday's meeting for this coming Monday. And the courts have turned in a holiday which they get approved by the higher courts, and they're showing 13 holidays. And they're pretty much the same. They go down, they're getting the Friday after Thanksgiving or the Christmas Eve. And the only thing that I've written down here is I'd like to amend what Council Lacewell has got put in. Like to read this to the other councilors, is that we go with 11 holidays, and that would be up to the mayor to give the Friday after Thanksgiving off, and Christmas Eve, it'd be up to the mayor. And that's the way many years ago, if you remember, that's the way it happened. Because they weren't like that. So that would make it 13 days, but and then on holiday fell on Saturday, they took Friday off. Falls on Sunday, you take Monday off. It's simple. We don't need to reinvent it. We just go with that, and that's 11 federal holidays. This is when the banks and the post offices are closed. The banks and post offices are open on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So I'm just, if you want to go with what's written or go with this one, that's fine. Either way, it's definitely be a difference.
11 federal holidays, that's plenty, ain't it?
Well, with the mayor, with the mayor having his input on it, more than likely, you'll at least get a half a day on Wednesday, because that's what used to be in our city, we've got a half a day on Wednesday, if Christmas, on Christmas Eve, half a day on Christmas Eve, won't say Wednesday, Christmas Eve. And then Friday at Thanksgiving, we got 2 days in a row off there. So the only thing you'd be changing, only thing you're doing is leaving it up to the mayor's discretion. And every mayor that we've had, it's like the schools, they used to only give off half a day on Wednesday, then they went to a half a day on Tuesday, and pretty soon they just said the heck with it, and they're off all weekend.
Yes, Council.
One of the employees suggested that instead of observing Juneteenth on the day after Thanksgiving, to just delete Juneteenth and put the day after Thanksgiving back on the list.
I like that, because nobody knows what Juneteenth, the 13th or whatever it is. Juneteenth is.
June
But-
19th of 2021, it was made a federal holiday for slavery, ending slavery back in 18, I can't remember.
And it was called that. Big Columbus Day.
It used to be,
Well,
no,
the state when Columbus found America.
I know, but
Okay.
in the state of
this
Texas,
replaced that.
It did happen in the state of Texas.
This replaced.
Indigenous people.
Indigenous, was it
took
a
over
different
Columbus.
holiday?
that's totally different than.
Well, we don't have it anymore.
We don't have one city.
Yes,
Columbus
we
Day
have
is,
Columbus Day.
Columbus Day is listed on here, but we did talk about changing it to Indigenous Peoples' Day.
I think that date,
That covers just about every race. But it's in, Juneteenth is for the end of slavery in this country.
And it was celebrated on June 19th. And so instead of
Yeah,
saying June 19th, they just shortened it to June.
Well, and you mentioned the word indigenous.
Yeah.
That is touchy. We need to understand. Generally, it is assumed that as for all of the Native Americans,
and then
the word indigenous applies to only a certain group.
That was human.
Am I correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not a general statement, but it's taken that. So if we get it right, it is for just a specific group that at a specific time.
This is just,
Yeah, I just should call it Columbus Day.
that's right.
okay, that's not an issue.
Or
Yes, sir, Council.
Okay, so if we're gonna go with 11 holidays, how are we gonna do these 2 Thanksgiving and 2 Christmas Day?
that's up to the mayor. The mayor can come in and say, okay, the day before Christmas this year, I'm gonna do Christmas Eve off the city. Day after Thanksgiving, I'm gonna do Friday, off. And he goes, the Mayor Holmes done it. I mean, he's like on the 4th of July, you get a half day off for the 4th of July.
Mayor,
Yes, Council.
Counselor Proctor, I'd like to keep it in black and white, not say that it's optional on whether the mayor wants to give the day after Thanksgiving. Just keep it easy. And then the other thing is, the way it stands right this minute today, there's 15 paid holidays. And so for those employees who are making they're doing their 40 hours in 10-hour days, they're getting paid for 150 hours. And if you put another half a day in front of every holiday, tap in that amount of money too. That's a lot of paid time off.
I'm just looking at the federal holidays so that we're not banging heads, throwing rocks. We got 11 federal holidays in this country. The state probably got 15 or 16, they tell me. That's up to the state.
They have 11.
That's all I'm putting in here. And way before you become a counselor, way before I become a counselor, that's what we got. That's what would happen. That's just like the sitting mayor right now is given days off to coincide with these holidays that we're looking at now. All I'm saying is the mayor can basically do what he wants with all the employees within the city.
The page that we're looking at, Counselor Proctor, is out of our policy manual. And I've been a counselor since 2021, and this policy manual's been this same list for 2021. We did add June 2 a few years ago. So how it worked when you were an employee versus how it's been working for the last at least 5 years might be a little different. And I feel strongly that it needs to be a black and white. And not,
It's right, it was in black and white.
right, and what you're suggesting is that the mayor has the option.
He's got the options, even if you give them, if you go with yours, he's still got the option to give them to you the opportunity.
To give
The
them
mayor can do what he
the
wants.
Thanksgiving and the Christmas Eve. That's all it's gonna add to it.
And then a holiday falls on a Saturday, Friday takes off. Sunday, you take Monday off. Yeah, that's a given. That's almost a given. And that's the way it's always been.
Yes.
Selena, yes.
Counselor Lacewell, I just have one question. What's the total amount number you're proposing to give?
Well, if we
What's the
can,
total amount?
I would be 12. So 11 holidays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's more on here than that.
Because you said will it be observed on Friday after Thanksgiving, but you crossed out Friday after Thanksgiving.
Actually, I didn't do that. I had help from our city.
Right, but I just mean, that's what I'm asking.
So what the suggestion was from the attorney was to leave Juneteenth did here as a federal holiday. But that it will be observed on the Friday after Thanksgiving. So one of our employees suggested that that's confusing. And that we're not required to observe all the federal holidays. That we actually take Juneteenth off of the list. And take the line off of Friday after Thanksgiving.
So you want to take 2 holidays away, Good Friday and Juneteenth, is that correct? I'm just trying to,
Yes, out of the 15 that we already observed, we will leave 13 holidays if we take off Good Friday and June.
that'd be 12, wouldn't it?
13, floating holiday.
There's 11 and a Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day. That'll make it.
So
11,
Major
12,
1,
13.
Martin Luther King 2, President's 3. Skip Good Friday, Memorial Day is 4. Skip Juneteenth, we would have it. 4th of July is 5, Labor Day 6, Columbus Day 7. Veterans Day 8, Thanksgiving Day 9, Friday after Thanksgiving is 10, Christmas Eve is 11, Christmas Day is 12.
And personal holidays 13.
And what?
There's a
So
person,
one floating personal holiday,
floating.
13.
yes, 13.
One thought.
So you want to take a total of 2 off, which is Good Friday and Juneteenth.
Yes, that's what I'm suggesting.
I just wanted to clarify.
And that would just be 12,
13.
13.
Yes, Terry, tell me your story.
Okay, I mean, I'm just,
Please,
okay, federal holidays,
go down the list with me. We're keeping what?
okay. What I'm proposing is New Year's Day, Martin Luther King's birthday, President's Day, Good Friday's gone, Memorial Day. Juneteenth is 5, Independence Day is 6, Labor Day is 7, Columbus Day is 8, Veterans Day is 9, Thanksgiving Day is 10. And then I scratched out Friday after Thanksgiving and put in up to the mayor, if he wants to give it. Okay, then you go down to Christmas Day is 11, and if mayor wants to give off Christmas Eve, then that's another day they get, but it's not locked in stone.
Right, so it's 13 total. It's
No.
up to the mayor if he wants to
Right,
give those
if
2.
he wants to, it turns into 13, just like you're doing right now, and it's in black and white. It's his decision.
So did you, Councilor Proctor, did you understand that we're gonna cross out Juneteenth and remove the line on Friday after Thanksgiving?
I understand
That's
that.
what you want, that's what he
my
wants.
house, but what I'm getting at is you keep Juneteenth. Okay, what happens if we get someone that's indigenous come to work for the city? And they've been observing that since 2021.
Well, we got them on Columbus Day.
You know, if there's separate Councilor Baber, Columbus Day,
That's
So
the court.
Juneteenth.
That's just the court.
You're looking at the
Juneteenth.
court.
I know what I'm reading.
Juneteenth would be number 5, and then Indigenous Peoples' Day would be number 8 on the.
Okay, well, over here it's on the same day.
Councilor Propper?
Okay,
Oh.
what I did here, folks, okay? Everybody's getting confused here. I pulled the court's holidays out of the packet for Monday. To give to the councilors to show them what the courts had done, because it says up here, the court staff will observe the same holidays as the city of Rio Downs, with all exceptions. They put a few exceptions in here, and they've got 13 days. It's the same thing that we're proposing here, but it's not locked down. It's not put in the personnel policy to where it is solid stone.
And it's not taken away from.
So
the
you're
mayor.
killing 2 days. Just want to leave it like it is. If you're not gonna follow the federal holidays, I mean. You put it out the way you want to and we'll move on. That's,
So baseball, Counselor Baseball, pardon me, your proposal is 13 and Counselor Proctor, yours is 14 tentative. The Friday after Thanksgiving and the Christmas Day.
well, okay, personally, excuse me, Mayor,
Go ahead, sir.
personally, I don't think a personal day should be counted as a holiday. That's just a day off that the person gets on a birthday. And they don't call it a birthday gift from the city. It's a personal day off. You can take it anytime you want to. I mean, they put it in there as a personal day. It's a holiday. It's not a holiday. A holiday is something that everybody celebrates. A holiday is your wedding anniversary. Okay, that's a holiday to a man and wife, not everybody. Same thing here with a day off. Personal day.
So you do not propose the floating personal holiday.
I think it should be a personal day.
Okay, so that would be,
Yeah, just a personal
okay,
day.
13 plus the personal holiday is separate, okay,
Well,
personal day.
right, because then if you go in and the mayor-elect, they go there, and says, okay, I'm gonna keep Wednesday for Christmas, or not Wednesday, but Christmas Eve, get a day off. After Thanksgiving Friday, get a day off, that's fine. But we keep the 11 holidays. If he decides to give us a day off, he can come in and say, you guys done a bang up job in the floods and in the fires. You got this Friday off. There's nobody can say nothing about it. You're gonna be off. So he has that prerogative to go in and say, on those 2 days, you get off. Or a half a day on Christmas Eve and a full day on Thanksgiving, the Friday following Thanksgiving. However you want to write it, that's fine. It still comes out to 13. It's just not written in stone. It's not something, we have a disaster and he wants the city to work. He can say, okay, we're gonna work all day Christmas Eve because we got to get this place cleaned up. Then we do it.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion. To approve the 11 holidays plus the Thanksgiving Day and the Christmas Day is left up to the mayor. That's my motion.
Yeah. I do like having on Christmas Eve. And the day after Thanksgiving, because a lot of people want to go see family.
Well, that's why we're giving
It's okay.
them the option.
Well, I know, but I'm telling you, I'm agreeing with you
Yeah.
right now that those 2 days are pretty important to families. They want to go out of town and see grandma and grandpa, or, you know, they have at least the weekend too, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, I made the motion.
Can we have a second? We have a motion and a second.
I have a question on this. So you're proposing that we, on this
We're
cool,
going 11 days right here, plus the Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve.
so this is currently our min. So you're agreeing to take off Good Friday. And leave Juneteenth on. And but then take off Thanksgiving and take off Christmas Eve.
It's not taking them off. We're going 11 right here, plus the extra day for Thanksgiving and the extra day for Christmas Eve.
So your motion is to have the city's holidays mirror the court holidays.
Yeah, I'm just picking these dates. I don't care who mirrors it. I'm just picking the days right there.
With the day after Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve
Up to the mayor.
up to the mayor.
Yeah.
That's the motion,
And the floating personnel is gone.
No, that,
You have to leave that in there. It's in every employee policy you find.
but, so you don't, you're not, your motion is not to do what the courts are doing, but.
I made the motion for these 11,
yes.
plus the Thanksgiving day and the Christmas Eve day up to the new mayor.
And I second that motion.
Okay, ready to vote, guys?
And leave the personal date, right?
Personal.
Okay.
Yes.
Counselor Miller,
Aye.
Counselor Lacewell,
Nay,
Counselor Faber,
Yes.
Counselor Proctor.
Aye.
Motion.
so then Mayor, related to. 4A was also the discussion. Of how. How we're going to compensate for the
That's,
holidays.
that's item B under the, agenda.
Right, and it's,
It's discussion only. I put that in there, although it in there, discussion only on how the employees will be compensated for the holidays.
right.
Or discussion,
Mayor, I move that we open the discussion about how we're going to compensate for holidays.
Council Proctor.
It's kind of easy. If it's a holiday and the man works it, he's getting time and a half. Some places, if you're called in on a holiday and it's the actual holiday, you get double time. I don't think that's written in our policy. I think it's time and a half. You either get compensated for it.
Joey.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, so as it currently stands, we get paid the holiday pay like every employee here does. And my guys get straight pay while they're working on the holiday. We used to get time and a half. And 6, 7 years ago, they took it away from us.
And it ain't been put back?
No. And because, and they took it to the attorney, and the attorney said, yes, it is legal what they're doing, how they're paying us. But before they went above and beyond. And when you have guys like my water guys, my sewer guys, they literally work every single day. So this week coming up, Thanksgiving. So they'll work Thanksgiving and they'll get paid 4 hours of extra pay because they're physically working, and then they'll get the 8-hour day. I fought this guy many times because to me it's unfair. And I heard the remark from other departments say, oh, well, you're getting 8 hours. Well, so are you sitting at home drinking coffee while they're out at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's the one thing that's very frustrating is the last 8 years, this council, or not this council, but the council in general has taken away perks from these people that bust their butts, cops included, police, fire. I mean, they deserve to be compensated for being out there at 3 in the morning.
Totally agree.
I missed our Christmas party because we were out fixing a leak all night, There needs to be those little benefits when we can't pay what Big Brother and these other ones pay. It's those little things that keeps these guys here.
Right.
And so like Donna can, right now they don't. They have to physically work 40 hours before they make overtime.
Yes,
So
sir.
I changed after you left.
Joey, so you're telling us we gotta change the ordinance?
I would love to see the ordinance go back to the original. I don't know how to word it properly, but anything outside of your normal work schedule should be overtime.
Well, yeah.
And it's gonna cost. I mean, it does cost. I won't say it doesn't.
Well, no, but it's good, but there again, you ain't got to have people to go out and work.
Who changed it?
It was before,
If you said 6 or 7,
Was
who
it-
Council, that would be, the mayor was,
it was, I think Carol was here. I couldn't, you'd have to look back in the history when it was changed, but it was changed.
Joey,
I think actually it was Randy Reynolds that changed it. Because I had a meltdown over it and got told to leave City Hall. I was mad.
Dr. Lacewell.
Thank you. Joe, I didn't realize this. When I put this topic on here, I didn't realize that issue was here, and it's a policy change. So it's a simple resolution. It's not an ordinance. It won't be hard. And I like the idea that we put it the way you want it. But what I was addressing specifically on how it's paid is, counselors, everybody works 40 hours a week, right? Everybody. Currently, we have 15 holidays. So everybody works 40 hours a week, but the people who work 10-hour days get paid for 150 hours. Everybody works 40 hours a week, but the people who work 8-hour days only get paid for 120 hours, 150 hours, 120 hours. And that's what I think isn't fair. I think that a holiday should be worth whatever it's worth, and that everybody be paid the same.
So how would that work? As well, when you have a police department that puts 12-hour days,
Exactly.
how do you fix that? I don't know. how you
There's
fix
not a good way to fix it, but if we were to say a holiday is worth 10 hours, then everybody gets it, the 8-hour people and the 12-hour people. If the holidays are worth 12 hours, then everybody gets it. And the way our old policy manual, which is the one I have at my house, says the nature of a holiday is an 8-hour day. That's been taken out, but for people like, for example, our HR director and our court administrator, they work 8-hour days. So at the end of the year, they've been paid for 120 holiday hours, where everybody else in the city got 150 holiday hours. And so, councilors, that's what I wanted to discuss it. How do we fix this little glitch?
Put everybody back on city hall, excuse me. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
okay.
can we have a discussion from?
Yeah, approach. Mayor, members of council, this as a citizen who's lived in this kind of environment for like most of my adult life. I agree with Joey in that I work more holidays and nights than the secretaries did and things. In past places where I've worked, your specific issue would be that as a holiday, it would be paid 8 hours holiday pay. If you work 10, you kind of got shorted a little bit, but that was at least better than shorting 30 hours difference between 120 and 150. I would say something along those lines, or make it an 8-hour day and then I'm gonna have after that, overtime issue maybe. Holiday is an 8-hour day and you get paid for 8 hours whether you're working or not. And then you get the time and a half for the additional 4 hours as well, if you're working 4 hours.
But if you're out there working that holiday, you already get paid time and a half.
So,
Cause them other ones are drawing money, sitting on their butts at home, drinking eggnog.
so, as an officer, and it's been a long time ago, but as an officer in other places in the world. Holidays, if I was working New Year's Eve, I got paid double time and a half.
Mhm.
That's just how it was.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that's long overdue, and, I thought for a
Well,
long.
that shouldn't be hard to fix. Just get it on the agenda where we can go in and if you, I mean. If you're not working that, physically working, then you just get the base pay. But if you're out working, you get time and a half or double time, whatever.
Because we're at, like, it's crippling me right now.
No, I hear you.
So like my water guys. So like next week, they're gonna lose all their overtime because they work every day, every night. They'll lose their overtime because of the holiday. He gets paid straight pay instead of the time and a half. So they take it in comp. And like right now, I have one guy working in water and sewer because everybody's off because they've built so much time up. And they would rather be paid, but they're sitting at, 200 hours of comp time and 200 hours of vacation that's gotta be used.
And they can sell it back.
Okay,
Something we can look at later possibly.
my question here is, if you take it in comp time, why do you get paid time and a half, but when you take it in money, you only get straight
I
time?
don't know, that's how.
Now, that's BS, that shouldn't be, I bet that, you look dive into that real deep and you'll find out about it.
You can ask Donna, because she can maybe clarify if I'm wrong on some of it, but I know we do not get paid, we get straight pay until we
Okay,
get that.
we just,
So members, I believe we have some work to do.
yeah,
We have some investigations to do and some deep dive research. I think that needs to come.
Councilor Baber?
Donna,
Yes, sir.
is this a hard fix?
No,
Okay,
it should be fixed.
okay.
But I understand where she's coming from, and I really think that needs to go to an attorney or to the
Thank
state.
you.
The state has employees that work 8 hours, the state has employees, the whole DOT works 8 hours.
Right.
So I don't know the true answer there. I mean, it'd get really convoluted if every time we had a holiday,
But most of them.
all my guys had to take 2 hours of vacation time to make 10 hours, they only make 8 hours.
But see that, your guys should
It's
be
complicated.
in a whole different area. Just like the cops,
They're in
them guys.
But I really hope council will, for my side, will, or for all of us, will go back and, yeah, it's above and beyond what's required. But that's one of them little things that shows your appreciation of these guys.
Exactly.
Well, I don't get, I'm sorry, I don't get nothing anyways, but I feel for them guys at 3 o'clock.
We pet you every once in a while.
I mean, I'm good.
Okay, so bring us some.
All right. Wow. Council Proctor?
It has.
Okay. My idea of City Hall is 5 days a week, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, 8 to 5. There's no need of them putting in 10-hour days. They're just the videos. I have seen what Public Works can do in 10 hours to get more done through the day. By the time you put 8 hours, you go 8 hours, takes you an hour, hour and a half to get your equipment warmed up, get it to the job site. You gotta get it back from the job site or it's gonna be vandalized. So there's another hour and a half. So you're working 6 hours, 5.5 hours a day, 10 hours. They're actually putting in roughly 7.5 to 8 hours a day of doing what they're supposed to do, like in paving. Water lines, stuff like that. Used to be 8 hours in a day and you worked till 9 o'clock at night. You got paid from the time you're supposed to get off, from the time you did get off, time and a half. It's based on 8 hour day. I think our policy book says 8 hours a day. Anything over that's time and a half, but you have to have 40 hours at the end of the week. So they're telling you can get this one time. But then the next, so you're out and work, you're working on a water line, you kick the flue and you can't work on Friday. And you work till 6 o'clock the next morning, and you're supposed to get off at 3:30. What's the man supposed to do?
Right.
He does that the other time.
That, then they lose their time. So I really believe that this all leave should be considered, or maybe it's just holiday pay or holiday leave should be considered time worked, and that would fix the deal. I mean, I get like, we used to in the old days, if you called in sick the day before a holiday, you kind of got you screwed yourself over,
Yeah.
you know, but I get that part, but if it's a holiday, I think it should be time worked,
I agree.
as far as overtime compensation.
If you're called out, on a holiday, I'm 100% agreeable to the time and a half for that man.
I mean, they're going out to work and should get compensated for it.
It used to be from the time he was called. He was called at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's when your time started, not when you answered the phone.
Here,
Yes.
that's what I tried to say last meeting and I didn't get it out right. But they work overtime in the last 2 years now, they've been overtime a lot. Just not getting paid for it, I don't think. I didn't hear about them getting paid. But those guys are out all night after they work all day sometimes.
Well, I think,
And they don't get a lot of vacations because it's necessary for our utilities to keep going, you know. They do the necessary work as cops and the fire chief too.
Okay, so you're gonna work on this, Joey, and bring it to us?
I'll work
Or
with
bring it to whoever's here?
let her figure out what to put in there and then I'll come argue for
Done.
it.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor, I did work for the state of New Mexico, I worked for nearly 5 years. And I worked a lot of overtime because I was nights. People were wanting to get off, you know. So I took a lot of overtime because I was home in the daytime when I needed to be home with my child, but, you know, I always got time and a half before working for the state of New Mexico. And there's no reason why they don't get it. That's not fair.
Council
I
Proctor?
just want to say one thing, I worked 27 years for the federal government,
Yeah.
and not one damn day did I get $1 or a penny overtime.
You signed up for it. That's your-
You're not up here at the podium, I just think.
This sounds like
You
we.
should have read the fine print.
That's the truth.
So, future Mayor Scott,
Yes, ma'am.
you need to get some of Solomon's wisdom, and when we come back in this new year, I hope we can work this.
I think we can come to some resolutions for sure.
Great, thanks.
You're nodding. Where are we? Where the heck are
We're at
We'll
next,
see.
item C, Mayor.
we? Okay, yeah, that was a discussion on item C, approval of notice of intent. I assume that's an important word. Approval of notice of intent to adopt ordinance 2025-08. Amending Title 3, Chapter 31, Section 31.02 D and H.
Mayor, I would like to make a motion that we open discussion and possible approval of notice of intent to adopt ordinance 2025-08, amending 503, chapter 31, section 3102, letter D and letter H.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Counselor Proctor?
Okay, I'm reading this here in the red, and I'm assuming that this, I don't want you to do that word, God. I'm looking at it and I'm reading it as that, the mayor or any member of the governing body just automatically gets on the agenda. I think it would be fair to put a comment to stipulate that if a counselor put in, say, 3 agenda requests and we were loaded up, that the mayor would possibly contact that counselor and then ask him to pick 1 or 2 that's most important to them. And if they couldn't do it, then he would do it or she would do it. And that would be on the agenda, and the ones left off would go on the next agenda. Excuse me.
Counselor Proctor, the way this is written, and hopefully there's not gonna be a counselor who's gonna overload the agenda.
Right.
But the way this is written, everything would be put on the agenda, but the minute that the council approves an agenda, they have the option of requesting that items be removed from the agenda before they're even discussed. And that, yeah, and that gives all 4 counselors the privilege of saying, yeah, let's talk about it, or let's not talk about it right now.
I understand where you come from. I'm not gonna argue the point, okay? Because you're wasting paper to put it all on there. You're wasting, you don't know which one's gonna be run, which ones people are gonna get upset. Well, I want to be here because that agenda is the one I wanted to listen to, but now they may table it or postpone it. So I'll just let it go as you are, and we'll change it when we need to change it.
Okay, and then, Mayor, I'm
Yes.
sorry, Councilor Baker, were you gonna say something? Down to letter H, I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, so letter H, Ms. Winter, are you in the meeting?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I was wondering about number 6. Items removed from the consent agenda, what does that mean?
Well, I wanted to this one, have a second agenda item after approval of the consent agenda because, remember, item number 5, approval of consent agenda does allow a member of the governing body to request any item be taken off the regular consent agenda. So the minute it comes off, it's up for deliberation.
I see. Okay, thank you for
So-
clarifying.
Yeah, so it gives you the opportunity to hear what just came off of consent agenda.
Makes sense, thank you.
Councilor Baker?
All of this is getting stirred up because some people couldn't get on the deal, and I understand it. But that don't mean there is not a place in the state of New Mexico, and I've called them all, where the city council runs the agenda. You can put what you want to on it, but that man or that man back there has got the last say so on it. So y'all can argue about this all you want to, but that's how it really works.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
All it comes down to is communication. If you put something on the agenda, go talk to the mayor about it. That's what I've done. And usually it works. Go talk to it. It's all communication. If he says, let's do this later at a later date, or, there might be a reason. But there should be a reason. That's what I see, and it's just communication, and you won't have any problems.
Councilor Baker?
And the other thing, the council's got to realize whoever their mayor is, the mayor might be going in this direction because people just elected him to go in that direction. And we're wanting to go this way. And like the lady said, is all it takes is communications. It don't have to be a fight every time we come in here.
Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to address both Councilor Proctor and Councilor Baber. As you know, according to the state statute and our ordinances, the mayor's primary purpose is to take care of employees. He's the top of the head of the employees. So it's the legislative branch of the city council that has a city council meeting. The mayor is the chairman or chair of the meeting, but the meeting is ours. The meeting belongs to the city councilors.
Well, if you can find another place in the state of New Mexico that does it, I wanna talk to them.
Well, if we have the statute written the way it is here, and this was worded by our attorney, and this is consistent with state statute. And my recommendation is that we.
Can I interrupt here for a second? I just wanna make it crystal clear that, I did the editing on this, but this is not my agenda item. Just to be clear, this is a policy call, not my call.
Okay, but this ordinance, the way it's written now, is consistent with state statutes, is that correct?
State statute, mayor, members of the council, state statute does not indicate how, or who controls the agenda, for a municipality. That is generally done in a jurisdiction by jurisdiction basis, usually through a rule of procedure similar to what you have here. So no, there is no state statute on agenda development. Robert's Rules of Order does indicate that the mayor controls the agenda.
And now tonight's agenda item is only on the intent. The governing body's item is only on to approve the intent to work on the agenda. They're not approving this tonight, correct?
No, correct. So
Okay.
this is, you, under New Mexico law, you have to advertise an ordinance 15 days ahead of time. So, we're trying to, I think the goal of this evening's meeting, at least as far as what, I observed when I was there last week, was that you wanted to have a discussion about this, and once you settled on some language, you would authorize Selena to then advertise that language. And then it would be heard meeting and a half, 2 meetings now, as an approval item. So, again, we're not approving anything today other than a notice of intent to publish the ordinance, but Selena's gonna need guidance on what this ordinance will say so that she can make it available for the public.
Thank you, Ms. Winter.
So the motion was for the approval of the intent,
The motion for discussion and possible approval.
of the intent, yeah, the intent. And so that motion stands and seconded,
So your motion, it does cover to approve the notice of intent.
just to approve the notice of intent. The changing it and working on it and input from the citizens would come at the public hearing,
Correct.
not today.
Councilor Prosper?
Okay, I'll read further into this, and I must have flipped 2 pages, but it says right here, items removed from the consent agenda, public comments, down the guy goes down through number 10 out of, okay, that's for the page. Department reports only on the first meeting of each month. And I'm looking at this thinking that sometimes we have our reports and that month is not over with. So if they have it the following first meeting of the past month, then you'd be getting a full report of a monthly report. that is supposed to be-
3 weeks.
Right. Okay, I see that.
There's one more thing.
Councilor Mover?
This ordinance that gave us most of the trouble was, taking the power away from the city council.
Right.
The ordinances belong to the city council. That's our decision, what goes on those ordinances. And what comes off of them, what's working, what's not working. Well, we had a problem that if something was necessary to change in that ordinance, we should have done it. But it was handed to us by the city and the attorney. And we missed a very important thing on there. And that was the forum of the city council could not even put anything on the agenda. And that was necessary. It had always been on there as long as I've been on the city council, and that was taken away from us. And it did cause a lot of problems, and that's what I want to see before I'm out of here. That the city council has its powers back. And that's very important. So there's not one of us saying this, it's all of us. You have to agree.
if I could. I was on the city council twice. I was elected. When I was, ran for a second time, I was reelected. So I was on the council and I more than once would ask the city, clerk, who became also the city administrator and city clerk. I was never able to get anything on the, never.
No, film.
So that's not something that's new.
Well, the ordinance stated that we could though, but you had to have a quorum, I guess.
But this is just for, at this point, we're not approving this or disapproving it, we're just.
I know.
taking it.
But this is what happened in that ordinance. And it was snuck in there somehow and our attorney did better. But I talked to him about it, he did better.
We know we can fix. We know we can
It
fix it.
needs to be fixed, yes.
I think it's gonna be fixed. There's a lot of things can be fixed. We're gonna fix them.
Okay, D.
Ready to-
Okay.
Wait, we have to vote.
Why not?
Um,
We're voting on the,
Can you restate your motion so we have clarity
yeah,
on item C?
I will. And so, Counselor Baber, what we're voting on is to call a public hearing to discuss this. change in order. So my motion is to approve the notice of intent to adopt ordinance 2025-08, amending Title 3, Chapter 30, Section 3102, letter D and H. And that was my original motion. I read it right off the page. She seconded it. So it's time for vote.
yes,
Counselor Proctor,
Aye.
Counselor Baber,
No.
Counselor Macevote.
Aye.
Counselor Miller.
Aye.
Motion carried.
okay, item D is resolution number 2025-27. Revising retention policy for audio and video to include YouTube, in parentheses, so that the same will remain accessible to the public for 4 years. Withdrawal of any prior policy. Yes, Council.
I move that we review resolution, review and take action on reviewing the resolution number 2025-27, revising the retention policy for audio and video to include YouTube so that the same will remain accessible to the public for 4 years and withdraw any prior policy.
Second that.
Council Proctor.
How come we're just going 4 years? We're 2 now. So we just added 2 more to it. That's 4. Why not go 10?
Okay, I'm happy with that.
I'm just saying, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the way I understand it, once
City
it's,
Clerk.
once it's in the computer, it's in there forever. It's, you have a cloud out there someplace it goes into, correct?
It's a server.
Yes, the server
Just my
just,
baby. Stay, don't worry about it.
so the server does have access, but I can even download it on a USB, so it's available with the minutes, which are permanent record. And if you're gonna do 4 or 10, you can, I would suggest, or if you would like, to have the videos saved indefinitely or permanently with the minutes. So if 10 years from now, they wanna know what happened on November 20th or even 15, they would like to review the video. Well, we don't have, obviously gonna have 15 years worth on YouTube. It's only gonna carry about 2 years. We can just have it available with the minutes if you wanna go that far. So,
How would a member of the public say, I would like to see the video from 5 years ago on this date?
yeah, if they're able to, gain that information. But like I said, if you just change your tenure to permanent or to be, filed with the minutes of the meeting, that would save you time from going back after 10 years, having to delete it in 10 years.
Mhm.
That way anyone could have access if they didn't wanna just read the minutes as the action taken. The city, go ahead.
No, it's still, just take out the 4 years and put permanent.
Yes, as permanent record to be filed with minutes or along that nature. Now would have to cut me in the language that'd be suitable, but if you wanna put a time frame. If you're gonna go with that, and I'm sure if, you run for reelection, we probably wanna adjust it to longer. So if you just put permanent or, to be filed with the minutes and a permanent nature. That retention wouldn't be superseded and you could fix it later on. So they can always be deleted, but they can't be retrieved.
Right.
And if they are retrieved, it takes some time for our team.
And so are you saying that our YouTube channel would never have a video deleted?
So our YouTube subscription as it stands only has X amount of minutes. As you would put it, to hold. So if it's getting too overloaded, the meetings are lengthy, they'll tell you need to delete it or you can't upload more unless more deleted. We have those saved with our meetings. It's in our software that holds all of the city's records. So it doesn't just disappear just because it's on YouTube. So it's on our documents, which is the server, and then it's on YouTube. So there's multiple ways it's saved already. But if you put the retention to have it permanently saved, I can, like, for instance, literally download it, put it on jump drive and put it in the file. And if USB for however long it'll take to, go away or however they decide to, technology, be it as it be, will be upgraded to that version. So right now tonight's in video, download it tomorrow, post it on YouTube, in 3 years when it supersedes its time to be on YouTube, it just gets to be in the file. So you come 4 years now wanting tonight's video, it's in the file.
Okay.
At a permanent tenure, it would be, it would cover everybody's basis of whether you're on the council or not in 10 years, you know what I'm saying? So if, like Councilor Proctor's suggesting to increase that tenure to 10 years, I mean, you might as well just put it permanent at that point. If you're wanting record of that meeting and you want to remember what you specifically said, anything of that nature, it would negate the minimum requirements for the state's meetings demands. And you would have your meetings, we still have the minutes that would just be minimum state required. So that's just a suggestion.
Yes, sir.
Nan? Nan, can you hear us? It's okay, we just need to amend this.
And I think we can amend it right here.
It's not there.
I just wanted.
When it does record retention, you can't delete anything anyways unless council approves.
That's correct. You have to make a certificate of destruction to the council
They have
before,
to sign off, just like I did. That's what I thought.
yeah. Deleting public records, like deleting public property,
Can't do it.
whether it's electronic or paper version, it's illegal essentially.
That's okay, we'll just amend it. We'll
Yeah,
just amend it.
That's what I'm saying. What we.
Yeah.
Phone on.
Yeah,
Terry.
it might have died. 'Cause-
Amend this how you want it. Permanent,
We just
the
changed
permit, the 4 years to the permit.
resolution number 2025-27 revised the retention policy for the audio and video to include YouTube. So that the same will remain accessible to the public
Permanent.
permanently. Withdrawal of any other prior policies. All we're changing is the 4 years, that's what's permanent.
I'll second that.
You have a motion and a second.
Oh.
Counselor Miller,
Like,
Counselor Weaver,
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor Leesville,
Aye.
Counselor Proctor.
Aye.
Wait for councilors.
Good job, counselors. We are adjourned.